What is going on, everybody? It is Luke Bello with the Sideline Scoop, and today we're going to be covering some injury news for the Packers. Unfortunately, we have sent 3 players to the IR, so I'm going to cover those guys in today's video. But first off, if you guys are new to the channel, you've never watched me before, I cover Packers news, information, analysis, all that kind of stuff pretty much every single day. So if you want to see more of that, make sure you subscribe to the channel down below. The first guy who we have sent to the IR is Raven Green, safety. He suffered a shoulder injury in that game versus the Eagles, so unfortunately, he's going to at least be missing 3 weeks because he's on the IR, so the minimum time to get off the IR is 3 weeks. So hopefully he'll be back ready for the playoffs. It definitely is just sort of unfortunate to see him go down because he's definitely been improving in his defense. I have a quote right here from secondary coach Jerry Gray, sort of about Raven Green, and he said, "I thought Raven was just now hitting his stride. You could see at the beginning of the year, he had a little quad injury, and then he came back and got over that, and then he started playing at a high level. He got a couple sacks this year, just doing his job and really competing, so we're going to miss him. Now it's like, okay guys, you've got to step up." So now with Raven Green going down, it's likely that safety Will Redmond will likely get some more snaps. So far this season, he has played in 31.6% of snaps this year. And if we take a look at his defensive snaps so far this year, he's played in 240 defensive snaps. And in that time, he has been targeted 16 times. He's allowed 10 receptions, 146 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So taking a look at that from just yards per reception, he has allowed 14.6 yards per reception. And if we sort of compare sort of Will Redmond's stats with Raven Green, in Raven Green's time, he's been targeted 36 times. He's allowed 26 receptions, 266 yards, and 10.2 yards per reception. So I'd say they're pretty similar, honestly, when you sort of take a look at how good they have been when it comes to coverage. But Will Redmond would probably definitely not be as good as Raven Green when it sort of comes to stopping the run. And in light of that Raven Green injury, the Packers have also decided to activate undrafted rookie safety Henry Black to the active roster. He has played in 4 games this season, and he was activated from the practice squad for those 4 consecutive games, stretching from the Texans to the Jaguars. And in that time, he's only played in 24 defensive snaps. He has 3 tackles, but he has not been targeted yet. And he actually spent most of his time when he has been playing in those 4 games on special teams. He has 48 special team snaps, and he is 5th on the team with 4 special teams tackles during that time. So it makes sense that the Packers would want to bring in another safety, just sort of have some depth on the active roster. So the next guy the Packers have sent to the IR is running back Tyler Ervin. Unfortunately, he suffered another ankle injury during that game versus the Eagles. He's been dealing with so many different injuries so far this season. Definitely unfortunate to see. So he's likely going to miss around 4 games, so hopefully he'll be back ready for the playoffs. And honestly, now it's great to see that the Packers brought in Tavon Austin a few weeks ago because Tyler Ervin was already dealing with some injuries, so they thought, okay, let's bring in another guy who can, you know, return the ball on special teams and sort of can be used as that sort of gadget guy on offense like Tyler Ervin has been used. So I'm guessing that Tavon Austin will likely get his first playing time this week versus the Lions. So the third guy the Packers are sending to the IR is defensive lineman Billy Wynn, who's been playing a little bit more just because Montravius Adams has also been on the IR, so unfortunate to see him go down as well. But recently the Packers did sign Anthony Rush, defensive lineman, so maybe we'll see more of him this week, who really knows, but he is on the active roster, and we didn't see him last week, but maybe now with Billy Wynn going to the IR, maybe Anthony Rush will get some playing time, because he definitely could probably bring some help in the run because he's just such a big guy. And here are some injury updates from Wednesday's practice yesterday. Za'darius Smith, coming into last week, he was questionable with that ankle injury. He ended up playing versus the Eagles, and so it seems that he should be fine. He was actually a full participant in practice yesterday, so that's definitely good to see. It seems like he should be good to go. And then we got Jace Sternberg and Equanimous St. Brown, both suffered concussions versus that Eagles team. They both missed yesterday's practice, and they're both in the concussion protocol, so who knows if they'll play on Sunday. Concussions are definitely, you know, different in every situation. They could miss time, they may not miss time. We'll just have to wait and see for both of those guys. And then cornerback Kevin King has apparently a new groin injury, and so he was limited at practice on Wednesday. So the Packers have actually activated guard Simon Stefaniak, who they brought in the draft this year from the reserve/non-football injury list. He actually suffered a ACL tear back late in college and hasn't really been able to play since then, but it seems that he is healthy now, so the Packers have brought him to the active roster. And then to finish it off, we have 3 players who the Packers have removed from the injury list. We got safety Darnell Savage, safety Will Redmond, and cornerback Josh Jackson. So those are pretty much the main injuries, but I'll just throw up right here the entire injury report. There's a few other guys who are limited in practice. I'm guessing it's just because, you know, they want to, you know, maybe let them rest a little bit, like Alan Zard, Mercedes Lewis, a couple of those other guys. So you guys can sort of see that all right there. But that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching as always. If you enjoyed it, make sure you smash the like button down below. And if you want to see some more Packers content and you've yet to subscribe, make sure you subscribe to the channel. But that's going to be all for today. See you guys on the next one.